We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
Today and all week, Jill and I are talking about making the 8 A's, the due diligence 8 A's that Jill and I devised over the years, work for you and your land business. And today specifically, we're going to talk about affordable. So Jill, before we go through episode, let's call it 1 here on Monday, what are the 8 A's?
Okay. Well, I'd like to say they've developed over the years, which is kind of cool. When you and I first started doing deals together, there were 4, and I knew, you said, make sure they have these 4 A's or we're not moving forward. Got it. And they are access, acreage, affordability, attribute. So that was it. Do you want me to describe them or is that it?
Sure. Yeah,
okay.
That'd be good.
Access, which was back then, do I have legal or physical? What do I have? I just need to know it.
Can you get to it?
Preferably both. We've gotten pickier over the years. I definitely want both. But so that's access. Yeah, physical and legal.
Can you get to it?
Yeah. Number 2, acreage. And it was used to be the bigger the better back then. I'll leave it at that because we're going to talk about more this week.
That still very much applies, but there's an element of relativity.
Right.
So if you've got a 40-acre property among tons of 1-acre properties, you've accomplished acreage.
Right. Then affordable, obviously. Is the price right? Do you still want to buy it? Did the mailer go out and do its job? And are they, agreeable? And does that price still work kind of thing? That's affordable. And then last one was attribute. And that was always the fun one. Like what's special about it? What piqued your interest? Is it really close to fill in the blank? Is it got a creek in the back? Is it, you pull it up on the map and you go, wow, look at those trees, something like that. There's some attribute, and that was always back then too when we were, they were posting our own properties everywhere, selling them primarily ourselves. That attribute was what I always remembered and would say, all right, that's what's going in the description.
Attributes. When I get to attribute and I'm running down the list of the 8 A's now to see whether or not we're going to buy a property, I get to attribute. In the back of my head, I automatically write the title when I'm going to sell the property. 22 miles from Las Vegas, or flowing year-round creek in the back of the property, or, whatever is fantastic about it. What's the reason that I'm buying it? What attribute would I buy this as an end user? What would push me over the edge over all the other properties that are around it? Might have a mobile home on it. That's an amazing attribute. So that's the 4.
Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah. So
then I added number 5 because there was a time there was a point where I go, look, we need this 5th A because it's killing some deals, and that's alive. If everyone's not alive and able to sign in an agreement, by the way, but it's alive, then it could kill the deal. So that was number 5. 6 you did.
6 and 7. Oh, 6. Go ahead. 6
was you that came right after that, which was adjacent. Because it was really easy. We were using that before, but didn't really think about it as much. And you made it an official A. Like when you look around and you see all these ranches, you can say, okay, this is what's possible. They got water, they got power. Look what's beautiful. Look what they're doing with the slope. Anything like that adjacent will often tell you what the property is going to be and show your buyers what's possible.
In the case of an infill lot, you've got a house on either side. The houses are both valued around $800,000, let's say. The chances are the property that you're buying, an $800,000 house is going to go on it. So adjacent is, what am I going to do with this property? Or what's the end user going to do it after I sell it to them?
And then the last 2 just came along in the last couple of years with our members. Kind of it evolved, which was abundance. You, Jack, started asking them a lot, like, well, what else is in your pipeline? We need to know if you have an abundance of deals and you can afford to kick this to the curb. We don't care about it, or move it down on the list. That's what I like to do, is just move it down on the list, see if you're still excited about it, a week from now, after all the other offers come in, you might have forgotten about it and found something else even better.
What happens in reality is it's always better to have 10 deals or 20 deals that you're looking at. Choose the best one or two. If you are looking at one or two deals because you haven't sent enough mail out or for whatever reason, you're going to start to see things in the deal theoretically that aren't there in a really bad way. You never want to make a deal work. Well, I'm going to overlook these three things. It's really cheap.
Right.
You're going to get yourself in trouble there.
Yep.
We find that if we we're always in a state of abundance, those things don't happen.
Yep. And the last is afraid. That's for me, it's just your gut instinct. Like, how are you feeling about it? Or like, shoot, I don't know. And our members are real good on our weekly calls, putting in the percentage they're afraid. I'm 50%, I'm 10%, or I'm 90%. And that's why they're putting it to us to say, hey, I need another pair of eyes on this before I move forward. I'm 50% afraid.
So each day this week, we're going to talk about one of these or a couple of these that are similar in detail and really apply how Jill and I look at it in our real lives and how we hope our members are looking at each potential acquisition coming in.
Yep.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, and we take a deep dive into a land-related topic by your request. Jill.
Cool. All right. Jesh. Is that right? Jesh.
I don't know.
Did the person who put it in here get the name right? Is it Josh? Is it Jesh? Is it Jess? But what's the name that's in there? There's a Jesh? No, I'm asking you.
How would I remember?
Oh, okay, sorry.
I don't fully produce this anymore, Jill.
Okay. Well, we're just going to assume that that's not a typo. Hello, LA
Jill
friends.
thinks I know most of you listening to this have a significant other in your lives. Might be your sister, might be your wife. I don't know. But I wonder if they come to you like you have all the answers. I saw an episode of Roseanne Barr on the,
Yeah, Rosie.
and she said, why is it that men all think that women know where everything is? Like,
That's
where's
true.
my clean t-shirt?
Good point.
Jill thinks I have the answers to this stuff, and sorry, sweetheart.
Okay.
I don't.
You're normally so wonderful, and you do. You have the answers. Or at least you lie to me about them.
Everything's beautiful here
Yes.
in the RV in the Pacific Northwest.
Exactly. Okay. I'm seeking a JV partner. 50-50 profit split. I will manage the deal. You will bring the funds. All right. This is my kind of deal. It's 80 acres, and there are two adjacent 40-acre parcels in Wisconsin. It's a buy for $90,000, sell for $148,000. This property is 60% loan to value. Why are we even talking about that?
This is why I included this. This I
Okay.
do remember.
I'm like, what are we talking about? But non-controversial enough, and there's enough juice to be worthwhile for both JV partners.
Why is there a 60%
Loan to value. Did you already borrow on it? I hope not. So
we don't.
because you bring the funds, well then it's no loan to value.
We're gonna read through this and
Okay.
see where this goes.
All right. Sell-through rate for this county is strong at 2.35 over the last 6 months. This county is on the south side of a big lake, just a few minutes from this major city in Minnesota. This particular property, I can say the city. Does it matter? I'll say Duluth, Minnesota. That's good enough. This particular property has a great road frontage along the east side of the property and the river frontage along the back side of the property. Drone photos are in the folder. There are a couple of structures on the property, including a garage, a cabin, and an outhouse. It's getting better. No utilities or utility access. There's a well. Local agent says the structures are likely teardowns and has factored them into his evaluation. He walked the property. Someone could salvage them with some work, but other buyers may just choose to tear them down. He said this would make a great hunting property for white-tailed deer, bear, grouse, turkey. There's a river running along the back of the property and also adds value. You could see his competitive broker's opinion in the folder deal. Notice the lower comps he uses are wetlands, which is why their value is much lower. All said, the agent said he's confident the property will sell for $148,000 in 3 to 6 months. Here's the deal folder. Let me know if you have any questions.
So this is on Discord. We have a sub channel on the Land Academy Discord channel, which is closed to LA Land
Close
Academy
to the public.
members.
Oh, yeah.
But it's closed to, it's for Land Academy members. This person posted a deal that they want to they want to find a funder and split it 50-50. This to me is very complicated. You know, I put it in here, now I remember, because the 8As. I want to know what kind of access it has. I want to know what attributes it has. Did a great job covering what attributes. Fantastic job on attributes here. 5 stars. I want to know about affordability. That's good. He's got, you know, he brought a broker out. The broker said that's going to take 3 to 6 months to sell for X. That's fantastic. Alive, I guess we're not going to be concerned about it. And abundance and afraid, it sounds like he's got some confidence. So in general, this is a deal that I would look at pretty closely. He's got some of his own terminology in here, like sell-through rate, which I understand, and that makes sense to him, and that's good. He's probably got she's got some experience. So I think that the 8As in this case were gone through. They were just gone through, and this is really what happened with Jill and I, because we would look at deals forever and not in a not organized way. And my point is this: all acquisitions need to be put into a system that you have bought into yourself that makes them comparable. Does this one have affordability against this one? Well, property A has much better affordability than property B, C, and D. So yeah, I like it. I like it the most so far. Access, yeah, it's got great access, and on and on and on. So my point is, establish a template for your acquisition criteria and see how it does against the other properties. It's too easy to have a lot of emotion. That's what afraid's for. That's why it was Jill's idea. Ultimately, put the emotion part of it in number 8, in the 8th A, instead of having emotion all over the deal. So please establish whatever it is. Establish your acquisition criteria, first of all. Buy for 90 and sell for 148 on 240s in Wisconsin that's not our acquisition criteria, Jill and I.
Mm-mm.
For a bunch of reasons. And it doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just not ours. I've been a professional acquisition person my entire life in one way or the other, both W-2 and on my own. And the first thing I learned the hard way is when I was representing other people buying in nursing homes is it doesn't fit our acquisition criteria. Well, what's your acquisition criteria? And then they would tell me. They would tell me the same thing every single time. And so as an independent agent or broker, my first reaction was, well, wait a second. I know you only want to buy 90 beds or more. This is 78 beds. It's so close. Why? You can bend your acquisition criteria, of course, because that's what an agent wants. They want to get a deal done. Nope. We're not doing it. And so I don't know. This is very far from our acquisition criteria, this transaction, but I hope that it's this person dead on for this person. So I would lead.
I got major flaws here.
I agree. If I was trying to get money to do a deal, I would say, the first thing I would say is, I've done a bunch of deals. This acquisition is badass. It fits my acquisition perfectly with a couple of simple exceptions, and here's why.
There's a couple of deal killers I see in there. We can go on. I don't want to talk about this one for the whole show.
This is so important.
Okay.
I see new people not having an acquisition criteria.
Well,
and we're not, by the way, Jesh, making fun of you at all. Mm-mm. We're using this as a learning experience, and I'm sure by now that you have raised capital because it looks like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, the 60% loan to value is throwing me. Like, you already have a loan on it, I guess, and you need the other 40%. That I'm guessing that's the situation. Well, number one, that's a flaw for me. I don't want to be involved with a bunch of people like on a deal this small.
So I'm gonna just
when it's a buy for 900, sell for 1.4. I'll get involved with other people.
So I'm driving this point home, and Jill, you're exactly right. It doesn't work for us. Mm-hmm. We don't do debt. Jill and I don't do debt personally and professionally. And that's been a controversy on its own forever. Mm-hmm. So, but I would, if I went to somebody and was trying to get some money to do a deal, again, I would say every deal I do has low loan to value. Loan to value is something that I see as very important, and this is why my career is moving forward. To which Jill and I would say, as funders, congratulations. I'm glad you worked that out for yourself. It doesn't work for us.
Do you know why? Can I give you one quick answer?
Just doesn't make it wrong.
Somebody, whoever you brought this to, said it's worth 60% of $90,000, and I'm going to argue they're right.
I think maybe
If
that's
they're only going to loan you 60%, think about this, everyone. That's what the purchase price should be. That's flaw number one right there.
I don't think he means loan to value. I think he means asset acquisition price to actual value.
Oh.
That's really what I think's going on here.
Okay, I thought maybe he had some funding. I thought he had some of the funding already done. He's looking for more money. So I can't even tell on this particular one. My other thing is there's some flaws. I can never get utilities, meaning I got to pay big bucks to get utilities out there. That's a huge thing when he says no utilities or utility access.
That's not how I'd phrase that. I would phrase that, and this is how we phrase it. Sewer would be by septic or alternative septic. Congratulations, you're off the grid. This is a positive thing for a potential buyer. Water would be by well, and the water table is 40 to 80 feet, as evidenced by property wells that are nearby. And power would be by solar. You are off the grid. Your dream can be realized, buyer.
True.
This is why we're driving this point home to the point of somewhat nausea. But you have to have an acquisition criteria and a template to see if these deals fit in, and terminology that everybody, the universal terminology. LTV, loan to value, makes Jill and I run away.
Exactly. Because of the word L.
If it's asset, it's acquisition to actual value.
Yeah.
Oh, 60%.
Purchase to value.
Hold on.
I'm in.
60%?
Right.
You're buying it for 60% of its actual value? Stop. Okay, let me hear more. I want to hear this. Today's topic, we're making the 8 A's work for you. How to make the 8 A's work for you in your land business. And today we talk about affordable.
I love this one. This is my favorite A, I have to tell you, because at the very, very bitter end, after you, like you said, you have to have an acquisition criteria, right? We have that. We have the 8 A's. And within Land Academy, we give all the members a free CRM. So there's a free CRM template, I should say, and they can use it for free through Airtable. So it's all set up for them, and in there are the 8 A's. So like you just talked about, they can go through, they put all their deals in on a line, and they can go through and add a check, write notes, however they want to personalize it. So they can look at all their deals at the end of the week and go, all right, what do I want to buy, and see how they compare with the 8 A's. And my favorite is affordable, and here's why. Because there are times, a live could be a deal killer, so that doesn't apply. Their access could be a deal killer. But there's other A's like attribute, adjacent, abundance, afraid. Those can be solved by affordable. So that's why this is, I think, one of the biggest and arguably my favorite A. And I'm doing a coaching today, or a session. My Land Gals, as we record this later today, my Land Gals group is going to be meeting, and I wrote a whole presentation for them about, not negotiating, how to do this without lengthy negotiations. And one of the things I put in there is you need to come back to the table, to your seller, with 2 numbers. A number you want, your goal number to purchase price, and the number, your drop dead number, I won't go above, period. That's your little affordable range. Boy, if I can get this for, in this situation, boy, if I could get this for 50 grand, I would buy it all day long, kind of thing. Because I know it's worth 150. If we screw it all up, I sell it for 100. We're totally doing great. So you have boy, I love it at 50. I cannot go above 75. I just can't do it. I don't feel good about it. So you come back to the table with those 2 numbers. And that's how you look at this affordable too. When you come back, you do your due diligence. You got a number from the seller anyway, right? So you sent out your offer. They either agreed on it or they didn't. Whatever it is, you're going to make sure you still want to buy it at that price. It's affordable. And then you come back and it better feel great. And if it doesn't, like I said, there's a few things I can go, you know what? 90's not working for me. I'm not feeling good about these three things. So, boy, but if I can get it for 50, and that's what you go for, that's affordable.
This all starts with what you can sell it for. Is it affordable for the person that you're selling the property to? Let's just call them the end user. Not for you. So if you know you can sell a property for $100,000 and that is actually affordable for the person you're selling it to, because maybe it's worth 120, 130, then you know you can pay 50 or 60,000 bucks or whatever you want your profit margin to be. Affordable is one of the easiest ones to figure out.
I agree.
Happily buy it at 50, 60, I'm not that excited. 80 is my tip top because I think I can sell it in 3 weeks at 100. That's the kind of definitive, full of confidence statement you should be saying to yourself before you go on to the next day. And affordable, if it's not affordable, you can forget about the next 7 days. It don't matter.
Right. How do I know if it's affordable? Well, look at Jess. One of the ways is get a broker's opinion. And I would say I wouldn't just go with one. I want a couple guys that are all in agreement. And then I take the lowest one, and then I know I did well. So if this guy came in, I could sell it for 148. The next guy says, oh, I could sell it for 180. And then the third guy says, I don't know, I think I'd sell it for like 100, 105. Then I would kind of aim for the lowest one. And again, like I just said, maybe that's my goal purchase price is 50, because I know if I screw it all up and this guy's right, then I know I'm going to be just fine. So that's one way to figure out if it's affordable. Another way is just simply looking at comps. And we look at, not just what's active for sale right now in that area, the same size. It's really easy to look around out there. There's one of the things I love about how long we've been in the business now. You 30 years, me 15 full time. But with you, there's more and more land comps I can get my hands on. Years ago, we didn't have them.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guessing.
They were there. They were
guessing. I think this is what this sold for. I'm not sure. So there's still some areas there's a little bit of, you have to do deductive reasoning like non-disclosure states, but you can do it. It's not hard. So you have to do a little bit of looking around to figure out if it's affordable on your own as well. And I would do that. I do look at, again, active. And I also look at, I look at not just active, how many days on market? How many views does it have? You can go, oh, well, here's one for sale right now at the same price. Move on. Well, hold on a moment. Let's look and see, has it been on the sale for 3 years or three days? And how many people look at it? Does the price seeming like it's attracting attention and it's a good price? Also look back, at solds. Look at what sold, go back 3 months, go back 6 months, go back 12 months. Are property moving? Is more property moving now, or is it going down? Kind of thing. Look for some trends. So those are things that you learn, and that all helps you make sure that you know that it's going to move and at what price, kind of thing. And what does sell really fast? Like, ooh, look at this. Looks like everything under 40, like this 40-acre property. Well, shucks. Looks like every 40 acres sold, wow, within about 6 months in this area, as long as it was priced at this price point and it had this attribute.
Due diligence and these 8As are a material, substantial pain point for many, many people in this business and in real estate and in general. Due diligence is, and I didn't make this topics up this week. Our staff did, because there gets so many questions about, should I buy what they're really asking is, how do you really know when I should buy? Is this a good deal or not? How do I know? And so one of the themes this week will be why Jill and I are really in detail talking about this is because I want you to establish some confidence. And the way that you're going to go through is listening and watching us do other deals, like on the Thursday call. We review many deals, real deals from Land Academy members, and we say, yeah, this is affordable. Let's move on.
Hey,
you can't get to it. You need to have some confidence. The reason that they're pain points is because you don't have the confidence to say, I'm not going to make $20,000 on this thing and spend this time and money and the risk. I will do it for $100,000 or whatever your criteria is.
Yep.
With conviction.
Cool. You brought up the Thursday call. I thought we'd ended on this because we haven't talked about it in a while. If you want to be a guest, well, there's 2 things on the Thursday call. We now go live for the first, 10, 15 minutes. We're testing going live with the public just to kind of hear us, see some of the current events that we talk about before we deep dive into the deals, and then we close up the call. So that's every Thursday. check that out. You can find it, I'm sure, in YouTube, Facebook, things like that, or just send a note to my team via support@landacademy.com. And if you really like, hey, I want to be on the whole call, can I get a Zoom invite? Sure, you can get a one-time Zoom invite and really look at those deals. Again, just send an email to our team and they will hook you up. Join us tomorrow where we talk about access and adjacent. And the whole topic this week is making the 8 A's work for you and your land business.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
And inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.